You get a boner in your stomach?
As all of us film fanatics know, it wasn't something that was easily attainable. The fascination, that is. While most people watch movies their whole lives without a second thought, for the rest of us, we all crossed that line and saw that there was more to the magic on screen and built an insatiable, possibly unhealthy dependency on film. But hey, it's cool.
Stick with me. I know these things.
We all have what became our first favorite movies. I know I have a couple. And while I was familiar with the teen genre as a kid, with stuff like Breakfast Club, and I remember watching Some Kind of Wonderful early on, and but I never really related to them for whatever reasons. I mean, why not? I was headed to high school soon, and I was starting to become interested in girls and music. You think I'd find something relatable there, but nope, not that early on at least. But I do remember seeing Angus upon release in 1995, and I do recall really relating to it. You see, I was a portly young fella, and around this time my parents were divorcing, and I'm the youngest of the family, and blah blah blah. I was fat, that's what I'm trying to say. I was a fat kid. And we had zero representation in those days. Shit. Finally, fat kids all around the world could see a hopeful take on a fantasy specifically built for us. And we own that shit. It's a real shame the film isn't better known, and it's a real shame we'll never see what it was supposed to be. But Angus will always be one of my favorite movies. The synopsis goes, a miserable fat teenager secretly has a crush on the class beauty, ends up becoming the surprising participant to dance with her at high school dance, meaning he's got to get his act together with the help of his best friend. Among the cuts made by the studio was the complete removal of the gay dad characters, one of which was played by Dr. Giggles himself, Larry Drake. A subplot cut due to a single patron in a test screening who yelled a gay slur at the screen. So what does Warner Brothers do? Demand the entire subplot be trashed. Jeez. Alternate versions of the film have aired on TBS early on, but have since remained unseen.
You could tune in tonight because it's true. We're showing a high school movie. We're showing the movie Angus. I don't know. Whenever I see these high school films, I always have this moment of like, oh my God, high school. Oh, there's so much.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
What?
It's just my high school.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know, the movie stars some great people. George C. Scott,
Kathy Bates, James Vanderbeek, who you know, of course, from Dawson's Creek.
and a newcomer, Charlie Talbot. This is his first movie.
Yeah,
Stars in it.
I was just going to say he was discovered joking around for some friends at a fast food restaurant. Director was in his hometown, saw him, thought this kid is perfect for the role.
He's great. I mean, it sort of breaks your heart.
Yeah.
You know. Well, you'll love this movie. Great music too, and of course, well, you know what we're making out of the movie, right?
We're showing the movie Angus. What do you think we're making?
You.
You don't have to spell it out.
What are you talking about?
Director Patrick Reed Johnson threatened to use the Alan Smitty moniker if the studio continued to cut his film, to which they offered $500,000 for him to walk away.
Holy shit!
Now, the director's own words here, he says he had his assistant deliver just 2 words back to them. So Patrick remained on post-production and tried to save the film, and in my opinion, he did. Director Patrick Reed Johnson is a huge Star Wars fan, directing a semi-autobiographical film about his fascination, and he even had Irvin Kershner in a cameo, who, of course, directed The Empire Strikes Back.
It's a little joke, okay? Watch my butt.
I'm watching it right now.
And, of course, if we're talking Angus, we have to address the superb soundtrack, with tracks from Green Day, Ash, Goo Goo Dolls, Weezer, The Muffs, and Pansy Division. And a standout track from the Riverdales. This is actually the first time I heard of those guys. I have a copy on vinyl, and it is beautiful. And Green Day did a song for the film, J.A.R., which was written by their drummer, as the band's producer was also a producer of Angus. Although, I'm not sure who the hell's playing the song in the trailer.
And I think it's alright that I do what I like, 'cause that's the way I wanna live. Angus.
The opening sequence track came about as the director was walking around the school listening to music when the song started and he saw the football field. Not being able to come up with an opening to the film, he immediately got things on track. And with Richard Butler on board, the Love Spit Love track Am I Wrong was re-recorded with the actual school band and was more successful in the charts this time around. And with the track and the opening sequence, we get the full spectrum of what the movie is. A desperate yet hopeful take on the teen genre, really having the best setup of these kind of movies. They're usually done so tacky, with 90s quick cuts and a predictable song, Here we settle in early and are faced with the tone of the film from the get-go. As, more often than not, it is a more somber affair. And it's all done so well. Cinematography is on point, the jokes are funny, and the cast, they all look like real people. Remember, Vanderbeek wasn't Dawson just yet.
I'll always be here. You push me down and I'll get right back up again, and again, and again, and again.
The film can be found if you look for it. It ain't that hard to find. And it's gained its cult status, which is amazing. And we really have to hand it to the amazing director and cast who were able to pull it off. What are some of your favorite movies? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Check out one of these other videos, why don't you? And please, subscribe and hit that notification bell to join all the strange fun over at Staunch TV.